Say the words world's biggest electric car brand. You probably just pictured Tesla, Elon Musk, that giant T logo. Everyone does. But right now in 2026, that's not even true. In the second quarter of 2026, a Chinese company called BYD sold 557,090 electric cars. Tesla sold roughly 160,000 fewer. That same company sells a brand new electric car for $7,800 and just built the fastest production car ever tested on Earth, faster than a Bugatti. So if Tesla isn't the biggest name in EVs anymore, who actually won the EV war? Let's go round by round. For almost a decade, Tesla was the undisputed king of electric cars. Then in late 2023, China's BYD started closing the gap. By the end of 2025, BYD had overtaken Tesla for the full year. Tesla briefly reclaimed the crown in Q1 2026. Then BYD came right back in Q2. 557,090 vehicles delivered in 3 months. Tesla around 396,500. Over the first half of 2026, BYD sold 867,479 electric cars. Tesla sold 838,149. The lead keeps flipping back and forth like a boxing match going the distance. And it's not just about how many cars they sell, it's how fast they charge them. In late 2025, BYD showed a car charging from empty to nearly full in about 5 minutes for 400 kilometers of range. That's their Super E platform, pushing 1 megawatt of power, double the peak speed of Tesla's newest supercharger. Round 1 goes to China on volume and charging speed. But Tesla's supercharger network is still far bigger worldwide, and its name is still the most recognized in EVs. Sales numbers are one thing. Look at what's happening on the streets. In China, roughly 55 to 60% of all new cars sold are now electric. In the United States, that number is somewhere between 6 and 9%, and it's expected to fall further now that the federal tax credit has ended. Walk down a street in Shenzhen, and half the cars gliding past you are silent. Walk down a street in Ohio, and you'll wait a while to see one electric plate. Round 2 goes to China. Not even close. Here's the number that changes everything. In China, you can buy a brand new fully electric car for $7,800. The BYD Seagull, with over 300 kilometers of range, and in some versions, LiDAR self-driving tech. The cheapest EV in America starts around $29,000, almost 4 times the price. A factory worker in a Chinese city can finance a brand new EV in about 3 months of salary. An American worker needs almost a year of savings for the cheapest one. And Chinese EVs aren't even allowed into the US at that price. There's a tariff of over 100% on Chinese electric vehicles. Round 3 goes to China on price. But that tariff wall means America is protecting its own industry, not simply losing. Now here's what most people get completely wrong about China's EV industry. They think it's only about cheap cars. BYD has a luxury performance brand called Yangwang, and its flagship is the U9. The standard U9 starts around $233,000, hits 100 kilometers an hour in 2.36 seconds, and tops 309 kilometers an hour. It can even lift itself off the ground on all 4 wheels at once using its active suspension. Then in September 2025, BYD unveiled a track-only version, the U9 Extreme. It hit 496 kilometers an hour, or 308 miles an hour. That officially made it the fastest production car ever tested anywhere on Earth. Faster than a Bugatti, faster than anything Ferrari or Lamborghini has built, on electric motors, not gas. Only 30 units exist, at more than $2.9 million each. A halo car built to prove a point. Compare that to America's fastest luxury EV, the Lucid Air Sapphire. About $249,000, topping out around 205 miles an hour. Impressive, but nowhere close to 308. Round 4 goes to China. The same company making the world's cheapest EV also makes the fastest production car on the planet. Building the fastest car on Earth doesn't matter if nobody outside your country knows your name. In February 2026, BYD became the official automotive partner of Manchester City, one of the most valuable football clubs in the world. Their logo is now on the training kit, the dugout headrests at the Etihad, the car leading the team bus into every home game. They already had a similar deal with Inter Milan, and we're the official sponsor of UEFA Euro 2024. BYD now sells in more than 110 countries, with plants in Thailand and a growing footprint across Latin America and Southeast Asia. Tesla's global growth engine is different. Giant gigafactories in Texas, Berlin, and Shanghai, built to make one brand recognizable everywhere, with Musk himself as the marketing. Round 5 is close, but right now China is moving faster and wider. BYD is buying its way into culture in places Tesla has barely touched. Every electric car in the world needs one thing: a battery. China controls more than 80% of global battery cell production. Almost every EV on Earth, American, European, Korean, Japanese, depends on a supply chain that runs through China. Even Tesla's batteries rely on materials that trace back to Chinese refining. It's not just about who sells the most cars or builds the fastest one. It's who controls the raw materials underneath every EV on the planet. Round 6 goes to China, and it's arguably the round that matters most long-term. So let's add up the scorecard. China wins on volume, charging speed, adoption, price, the flagship Halo car, global marketing reach, and the battery supply chain underneath everything. America's real edge right now is Tesla's software and robotics push, Robotaxi and Optimus, though both programs are still behind schedule. And America's biggest advantage isn't really a number at all. It's a wall. Tariffs over 100% keep the cheapest EVs on Earth out of American driveways. That protects U.S. jobs, but it also means the average American can't buy the car that's already normal life in China. Two countries, two completely different electric futures. Would you rather pay $7,800 for a Chinese EV with no track record in your country, or pay 4 times more for one built closer to home? And here's the real question. Would you trust a Chinese hypercar that hit 308 miles an hour over an American robot built by Tesla? Let us know in the comments. And subscribe. Next week, we're breaking down who's really winning the space race.